Welcome back to another This Week in Warframe. This is going to be for the week of April 6th through the 13th, and we got some things to go over this week. There's a lot happening. First, we're going to get this out of the way. Reminder, Crimson Archon Shard, 30,000 from Bird. As we walk over to see what the EDA is this week, reminder, it is still the 12-year anniversary, and we have some new things happening this coming week. And I will get into them in a little bit. We have Deep Archimedea is a mirror defense, disruption, and a survival. Temporal Archimedea this week is going to be Legicide Harvest, Defense, and Exterminate. And if we check out what's going on with the calendar this week, we have, for January, we have options between 2 Arcane Enhancements and a Crimson Archon Shard. The second reward is going to be between an Exilus Warframe Adapter and a Primary Arcane Adapter. Then for February, we have an Arcane Adapter and a Melee Adapter. And then we have a 3-day resource booster drop chance, a 3-day resource drop chance booster, and a Forma. And then for March, we have a 6,000 Endo versus an Exilus Warframe Adapter, and finally 6,000 Kuva versus an Omni Forma Blueprint. So if we check out what's going on with Prime Resurgence, we currently have Nidus and Saren, which are available right now, but you only have 3 days and 17 hours. We also have another 3 days left for Ember and Rhino, so you're running out of time to get these. Act now if you still want them. Otherwise, we have Banshee and Mirage coming in 3 days and 17 hours, and I also expect Ember and Rhino to just kind of go away when that happens. So these are upcoming. And now this is where it gets interesting. So we have, for the event currently, we have the Wolf Hunt that is currently now here for 23 days and 14 hours you have left on that. Basically, you're going to do these rewards. Mission 1 unlocks Mission 2, 2 unlocks 3, etc. And this is going to get you the Wolf Sledge, which is good. You should do these and totally get that. And then we have the 4 days and 14 hours left for Gifts of the Lotus. This is on Friday. This is what I mentioned last week, the Dex Furist. You get a weapon slot if you haven't done that yet. We also get the Clem Community Glyph. And we also have, for a more advanced mission here, a Primary Arcane Adapter. Now, once these go away this Friday, the new things that are going to be coming in is going to be the Dex Nikana, and that comes with a weapon slot, a Dex Syandana, and it's also going to be an Affinity Booster weekend. So, if you already have, like we can see here, an Affinity Booster on, then when this weekend happens, this booster, if it were still here this weekend, will stack with the weekend booster that happens. And when I say stack, I mean like it'll multiply it, or maybe multiply it. It'll add on to it. So instead of having 2 times affinity, you'll have 4 times affinity. Meaning, this weekend, when the affinity booster drops, if you buy an affinity booster from the store, or you get one for, let's say, as a reward for completing the sortie or any number of things, instead of you having 2 times affinity, you will have 4 times affinity. And as we get into the alerts over here, we got the reminder to do the weekly Ayatan treasure hunt with Maru. I do want to point out that D is doing a new thing now where Baro is going to be visiting us every single weekend in April, this month. So we just had Baro show up. He brought a bunch of new things. Hopefully you guys got a chance to see it. This coming weekend, Baro's coming back again. And I believe this weekend he's bringing a whole slew of like Prisma things, like all the things Prisma. And then the following weekend, he's going to be coming back. And it's just every weekend this April, expect to see Baro with potentially some new things, so that should be exciting. For the Steel Path incursions, though, we currently have Exterminate, Mobile Defense, Survival, Sabotage, and Survival. For invasions, we are looking at a Carrick Wraith Barrel versus a Daravandal Receiver. And then we have a Daravandal Blueprint versus a Strun Wraith Stock. And if we jump over to the sortie today, it's Survival, Mobile Defense, and Spy. And the Archon Hunt this week is against Archon Naira for an Amber Archon Shard, and that's for a Sabotage, Disruption, and a Showdown. If we check out what Nora's got this week, the usual permanent weeklies, plus collect 20 different types of resources, kill 1,000 enemies on Steel Path, complete 3 sabotage missions, open 30 lockers, and then our daily is 150 enemies with gas damage. If we check out the credit offerings that Nora has this week, we are looking at options between Sprint Boost, Rejuvenation, Infested Impotence, Physique, Holster Amp, Pistol Scavenger. Then we also have Precision Strike for the Tonkor. We have Brainstorm for the Grakata, Recharge Barrier for Volt, Rumbled for Atlas, and Singularity for Nyx. If we check out the Steel Path circuit this week, we're looking at incarnate options between the Boar, Gamma Core, Anku, Gorgon, and the Angstrom. And if you have all of those already, rifle, pistol, melee ribbons, or even 20,000 Kuva, you could also choose between. And for normal circuit this week, we have options between Ash, Frost, and Nyx. Checking out Acrithis and what she's got this week, we're looking at a Shotgun Vendetta for 10 Pathos Clamps, a Melee Riven mod for 15 Pathos Clamps, a Pistol Riven mod for 15 Pathos Clamps, And we also have a companion weapon Riven mod for 20 Pathos clamps and an Exilus Warframe adapter for 20 Pathos clamps. And Teshin this week, if we check out his Steel Path honors, got himself a Veiled Riven Cipher for 20 Steel Essence. And then we also have 30,000 Endo for 150 Steel Essence. Now that I'm checking out this butt plug, I just realized we gotta check out the Coda weapons and see what they got going on right now. But right now, he's got a Tenet Ferox Magnetic 54.5%. It's so close. So close to only needing one more fusion, but this would need two, I believe. The Tenet Gorgon, 54.2%, also would need two more fusions. This is a 25% radiation for the Livia. Tenet Exec is 46.5% impact. And then the Tenet Agenda is 46.2 impact. Checking out the Coda weapons with Eleanor. Currently, she has a Coda Catabalist, impact 27%. Coda Hema, 30.7% magnetic. Coda Meyer, 31.2% magnetic. Coda Motivore, 34.8% heat. Coda Pox, 39.2% magnetic. Coda Sporex, 25.9% impact. And dual Coda Toxora, Toxin, 25%. I'm going to skip on all these this week. I'm waiting for her to bring something that only needs one more fusion, and then these weapons would be at 60. But they're good. Use them if you haven't got them yet. Go for it. How much platinum have you made since you've become a Patreon?
Over 100K.
45K.
60, 70,000.
20,000.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a week?
12K.
Probably about 5,000.
5,400.
Probably 8K.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a day?
5,400.
Day was probably 4K.
Probably about 3,000.
2K.
What's your favorite method of making platinum that you've learned from me?
Mostly just flipping ribbons and selling warframes.
Probably arbitrations.
Selling sets of Warframes.
I enjoy Zeramon the most.
Imagine how much time and money they've saved. You know where the links are. Reminder to stop by the Chrysalith on the Zeramon and visit Archimedea and Yanta for your 35,000 Kuva. Then you could travel to Iron Wake on Earth and visit Palladino for your 2 Rivens, your 35,000 Kuva, and your 150,000 credits. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stop by my Twitch channel where you can get free drops when they are community-wide, also free rewards I do all the time anyway. And make sure you check out your Invigorations this week and see what you got. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one.